Our next speaker, Elizabeth Wilmshurst, will introduce Professor Ruggie. Elizabeth is an Associate Fellow in International Law at Chatham House, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, and is visiting professor at University College London. Previously, Elizabeth was a Deputy Legal Advisor at the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Elizabeth had also served in other positions at the Foreign Office, including as legal counselor at the UK Mission to the United Nations in New York. Please join me in welcoming Elizabeth Wilmshurst.
I am sure that, like me, you are more than keen by now to hear John Ruggie speak for himself, so I'll be very brief. You want more nice things said about you, John? I have to be a little selective in all his list of achievements, but that I will be. John is Professor of Human Rights and International Affairs at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, and also affiliated Professor in International Legal Studies at Harvard Law School. A recent survey in Foreign Policy, you know, the US magazine, named him as one of the 25 most influential international relations scholars in the US and Canada. But of course, the world of academia is not his only sphere of influence. From 1997 to 2001, Professor Ruggie was an Assistant Secretary General at the UN for Strategic Planning. That was while Kofi Annan was Secretary General. His areas of responsibility there included establishing and overseeing the UN Global Compact and work on the Millennium Development Goals. And so in 2005, as we've been reminded, Kofi Annan appointed Professor Ruggie to be UN Special Representative on Business and Human Rights. He was appointed at a difficult time, as we've been reminded, in what had been quite a long-running UN-based effort to strengthen the human rights performance of the business sector around the world. The effort had been going on in the 1990s as well, and had reached, as Caroline has said, quite a polarization of views as a result of the work of the subcommittee of the Human Rights Commission. On the one hand, there were those who believed in transporting legal obligations of states on human rights direct to corporations. On the other, there were the views of those who believed that corporate social responsibility involved little more than donating to medical and educational facilities in their areas. And the battles raged not only in Geneva, but also in think tanks, universities, meetings around the world, including at Chatham House. With Professor Ruggie's academic background, his practical work for the UN, and not least his own diplomatic and personal skills, he was an ideal choice for the post of Secretary General, Special Representative. That as well. You're from the wrong country, however. And he was really out of the mold, and therefore all the better of it, out of the mold of those who'd worked on these issues before. The Financial Times, for example, in 2009, reported that Professor Ruggie has won unprecedented backing across the battle lines from both business and pressure groups, and he has received a large number of plaudits. Well, the challenges have not gone away, and perhaps new ones are developing. The discussion will go on, including after John's mandate ends. But the focus of the discourse has changed, and also the tone. And for this success, as the previous speakers have said, we must give credit to John and his team, and to his skills and his manner of operating in a transparent and consultative way. He's made himself personally available for meetings around the world at what has been no doubt heavy personal inconvenience. Finally, I hope you won't mind my saying that he's quite one of the nicest persons in public life whom I've had the privilege of meeting in the last decade. John, to you.